On the 26th of April 1986, the worst nuclear disaster took place. Multiple safety violations, common in the Soviet Union, together with neglectful staff in the control room, led to the explosion of the fourth reactor at the Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant. Today, I'm gonna be recreating the destroyed Unit 4 of that power plant, so let's get to it. Now, we're gonna start off with a base where I have a cross-section of the soil, and the first thing that I'm gonna build is the turbine hall, which is this long building that connects all the units of this power plant. And now, while I'm building, I'll give you a bit of a background as to why this accident occurred. When on a late night shift, the operators in the control room were meant to simulate a power outage to test emergency procedures. However, the low-cost Soviet reactor was made out of poor quality materials, and so during the test, when the operators lowered the power output, reactor became very unstable, and so after increasing the power, it continued to do so indefinitely until the first explosion and a stronger second one, which destroyed the whole building. It scattered the radioactive rubble all around, also puncturing the roof of the turbine hall, which is what I recreated here. After that, I start making the main building of the Unit 4, which housed the reactor. Inside, I added lots of rubble, and in the middle, a lid of the reactor, which was thrown off and landed on its side because of the explosion. And just to put it into perspective, the lid itself weighed 2,000 tons and was blown up into the air for roughly 10 seconds. Absolutely unthinkable how powerful this blast really was. However, the worst was yet to follow. After the accident, the initial response was to put out the fire, which spread from the core to the roofs of the power plant. Unfortunately, the heroic firefighters were not informed of the fatal amounts of radiation that would be present and just treated it like a normal fire. One of the calls to the fire department you heard at the beginning of this video, and if anyone is interested, I'll be putting the link to the rest of it in the description. Now back to the topic of the response to the accident. The authorities tried to conceal the severity of the disaster and delayed acknowledging anything to the public. Because of this stupid secrecy, the local population of Pripyat was not evacuated until 36 hours have gone by. And even then, they belittled the disaster, telling the residents that it's a minor inconvenience and they'll be returning in just a few days. But this city remains empty to this day. However, after some time, the information about this accident could no longer be held back and something had to be done. It was settled on the idea of clearing up all the scattered material close to the reactor and then enclosing it all in a sarcophagus. Right now I'm building the roof named Masha, which had to be cleared manually by people. But the radiation was so extreme that they could only be there for 90 seconds. Now, at the end, the last roof on which I'll install the iconic chimney. And for now, that's how the destroyed reactor presents itself. And some last details with scattered material. So that would be the finished build. Thank you guys so much for watching till the end. Tell me what do you think of this creation in the comments below, and I'll be seeing you next time. Take care.